She didn't ask for his number. She didn't even ask for a tip. She only asked for one thing: a day off. And that one line brought a billionaire to a standstill. Not because it was clever. Not because it was romantic. But because it was real. He had heard hundreds of people ask for things. Cars. Watches. Access. Some didn't even try to be subtle. But she just wanted rest. And he couldn't stop thinking about that. It happened in a small diner just off the highway. The kind where the floors always feel sticky and the booths creak when you sit. The kind of place people go to disappear, not to be noticed. It was a rainy Tuesday. Late. Too late for families. Too early for the night shift. Only a few stragglers nursing half-empty coffee mugs. He had come in alone, wearing a suit too expensive for the neighborhood. But no one gave him a second glance. Except her. Emily. She didn't smile. Didn't flirt. Just poured him a cup of black coffee and asked, "Anything else?" He looked at her, at the exhaustion in her posture, and asked, "If you could have anything right now, what would it be?" She didn't miss a beat. "A day off. With my phone off and my feet up." She walked away without waiting for a reaction. But her answer echoed in his head for hours. He came back the next night. And the one after that. Always the same booth. Same order. Always black coffee. No cream. No sugar. She didn't treat him any differently. Didn't ask what he did. Didn't seem curious at all. And for the first time in years, he liked that. Nathan Cross. 34 years old. Worth $2.7 billion. Built a tech empire from a dorm room. Walked away from Wall Street. Lived in penthouses, flew private, and yet nobody had made him feel seen in years. Except the tired waitress who only wanted one day to herself. He noticed things. How she worked double shifts. How her shoes had holes but she still moved fast. How she smiled at every customer, even the rude ones. He watched her scrape gum off the floor without complaint. Saw her split her lunch with the dishwasher when he forgot his. She didn't know anyone was watching. But he was. And with each visit, he grew more certain. She wasn't like anyone he'd ever met. One night, a citywide blackout shut the diner early. Emily walked outside into pouring rain, no umbrella, just her arms crossed against the cold. Nathan followed. "Let me give you a ride," he offered. She squinted through the rain. "I don't get into cars with strangers." He chuckled. "Then get in with a future friend." She shook her head but smiled for the first time in days. They drove in silence. Not awkward. Comfortable. She gave directions without looking at him. And he didn't press her with questions. He didn't try to impress her. Didn't name drop, didn't brag. He just existed beside her. When they reached her apartment, she paused with her hand on the door. "You're not what I expected." "What did you expect?" She shrugged. "More ego. Less listening." He grinned. "I can show you both next time." From that day forward, something shifted. She started to wait for him. Wouldn't admit it, but she noticed when he was late. And he changed too. Started showing up without a phone. Started asking questions he actually cared about. Like how her little sister Lily was doing in school. Or why she gave up her dream of becoming a nurse. "It's expensive," she'd say. "And dreams don't pay rent." But she said it like someone who hadn't fully let go. And he remembered that. 3 weeks later, she found an envelope under her door. No return address. Inside, a full scholarship. Nursing school. Books. Tuition. Living stipend. Everything covered. One note. "You shouldn't have to trade sleep for survival." Her hands shook. She knew. The next day, she stormed into the diner, heart pounding, eyes narrowed. "You did this." Nathan looked up from booth 9. Calm. "I had help. I'm not a charity case." "I never said you were. I just wanted to invest in someone who doesn't know how extraordinary she is." Her lips parted. But she didn't say a word. She just turned around and walked away. For 2 weeks, booth 9 stayed empty. And Emily told herself she didn't care. But every time the door chimed open, her eyes flickered toward that booth. Until one night, she came home to a note taped to her door. For words. "Still saving you a seat." She laughed. Then cried. Then texted him. 1 taco. You're buying. Their first date wasn't glamorous. It was a food truck near a gas station. They sat on the curb, knees touching, eating greasy tacos in silence. And she felt more seen than she ever had before. He didn't try to win her. Didn't play games. He just listened. That night, as he dropped her off, he asked, "What do you want now?" She looked at him. "At this moment." He nodded. She whispered, "To stop pretending I'm okay when I'm not." He reached for her hand. "You never have to pretend again." They didn't fall in love overnight. They fell in chapters. Some loud. Some quiet. Some where they nearly gave up. He downsized his life. Started donating anonymously. Spent time with her and Lily. Learned how to cook. Failed. Tried again. She started school. Worked part-time. Found her passion in pediatrics. Started painting again. A year later, Nathan walked into the diner alone. Emily turned from the counter, confused. He slid into booth 9, set down 2 mugs of coffee, and pulled out a ring. "You once said you just wanted 1 day off." She gasped, covering her mouth. "I'm asking for every day after that." They married beneath a willow tree in Emily's sister's backyard. No diamonds. No designer gowns. Just love. Laughter. Family. During her vows, Emily said, "You saw me before I saw myself. You believed in me when I was invisible. And because of you, I'll never disappear again." Today, they live in a small yellow house with chipped paint and too many plants. Nathan runs a non-profit that funds education for single mothers. Emily works in a hospital, saving lives, smiling freely. And every Sunday morning, they return to that diner. Booth 9. 2 cups of black coffee. 1 quiet glance that says it all. Because some stories don't start with grand gestures. Some start with exhaustion. With truth. With a woman too tired to ask for anything more. And a man who gave her everything anyway. If this story moved you, don't just scroll past. Speech balloon, leave a comment for someone who might need this today. Thumbs up sign like if you believe love can come from the most unexpected places. Bell and subscribe for more stories that feel like a warm cup of coffee in booth 9.